hail, hail to all the ionized cells. Hail, hail to I, Self Supreme, Primal Light. Hail, hail, hail to the I, Self Supreme, Primal Light. Hail all the ionized cells. Welcome, welcome, and thank you for joining I. Yes, still with the same theme, this Black History Month. We have this Black History Month theme. So today I'm going to be talking about the cost to live in the dream. What does it cost to live in the dream? And why does evil exist? How to end evil? Do you know how to end evil? Why does evil exist? Why does there even have to be bad? Why? Do you know why this is? Have you ever asked the question, why do we have so many delusional, very sick minds? Why is the world filled with so many delusional, sick minds? Also, I want to highlight from that which the I came, from that which you came, you will return. This is the age of truth. This is the age of self-knowing. So, no longer must we exist and dwell and choose ignorance. We must now choose truth and self-knowing. So, I am primal light, prepared for this dream duality existence. In this shattered, fragmented self, in this form, this avatar, in this body, as Aset Mahat. I am the daughter and the baby self of my parent self, primal light, Aten Ra. And so I want to welcome you and thank you for your bravery. Thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for wanting to know truth. Believe me, the truth is bitter. Everything that you have thought that you knew, believe me, when you come to the truth, you will see that every knowledge that you have to throw it out to see the truth. So all the ones who are holding on to dogmas and scriptures, I tell you, it's best not to hold on to anything. Just be a seeker of truth, self-truth. So, what does it cost to live in a dream? This is the condition for living inside of dreams. You have soul slavery. You have genocides. And believe me, all of these things are being a recycle and a recycle and a recycle. For every generation, no one can ever seem to figure out the problem that the I and I faces in this existence. because that is what it costs when you're inside a dream. You cannot figure out what is the truth and what is the real and why everything is so obscure from us. Forgetting the I self, one become a delusional mind, one of jealousy, one of hatred, and one of so much hatred that they rule with tyranny and enslave their other selves. Ego, fake selves arise. The I and I are seeking to continue to live in the dream when I should be focusing instead on how to dissolve the dream and to be the real. How to self-inquire, who am I? And how to come to self-unification. This should be what is on the I agenda right now. But the I is getting distracted with this mind and with what all of those ego fake selves are spreading propaganda and giving you fake things so that you can be busy doing those things and not doing the one true thing that I must do. The cost to live inside the dream. What does it cost to participate in the dream creation? What does it cost? Cost self-ignorance, false self-identification. The I and I is identifying as all kind of things which you are not. You are identifying as this skin, this body, this mind. Are you this body? Are you this body? How many ones have you seen go to this, into this body? What happened to them? You see this body lying there lifeless, have to be buried into the ground, into the soil. So you think that you are this body. If you think that you are this body, then you compare yourself to I, the self. If you think that you are this body, I is identifying as all kind of things which you are not, and you're fighting over skin, fighting over culture, because you think that you are this body, fighting over resources. Don't you see what's happening in the world? And many of those ones, they know the truth, they know what's happening, but what are they doing? They're instigating war. Because why are they doing instigating war? It's the cost of living the dream, because they know that the time for balance is here and they do not want balance because they are the ego fake self. You think they have your best interests at heart? No, they don't. They are against the self. They are against liberation. They are only for tyranny and slavery, rape, sodomy. This is the things that they are for, because they can only exist inside of a dream. And the time has come when they will be dissolved. So they are holding you, giving you false information, and you are not inquiring. This is what it costs to live inside a dream. You want to stay inside a dream forever? They are tricking you, telling you that you need to go into some pods. You want to go into some pod and stay imprisoned into a dream forever? Why are you not thinking about these things, asking questions? Ego fake self arise to enslave and commit evil against its real self. Entrapment inside of this dream existence. This is what has been happening in here. Supreme ego dominance, supreme ego reign dominance. Many ones don't want to see things as they are, because this is the cost to live inside of a dream where you cannot see things as they are. You can only see out of the false perception of this crazy mind, this delusional mind. And ones are thinking that all of the delusion of the mind is real. The mind is telling you something, that all the ones them wearing a different skin is not yourself. And you have done atrocities to yourself in wearing a different skin tone, because you are in this in a different skin. This is the delusion and the ignorance of this mind. And you think that you are this mind. Sometimes I hear some conversation and I say, what an ignorance. I no longer want myself to be existing in ignorance. Ignorance is the worst thing that ever could happen to the self. Sleeping and dreaming state. This is what it costs to live inside of a dream. The dream characters are selfish. Everybody is grabbing for themselves. Me, me, me. The I has forgotten the I self. The I is playing the role of a dream character. This person is not real. Yeah? This person is not real. It is time that the I come into this realization. This is self-unification. No. If the I cannot see all of the I self, the I will be dissolved. All will be dissolved. So this is why they are doing all the crazy things they're doing in the world right now, because they know the I self supreme and all the warriors of light are standing and ready. Yeah. Because this world, no matter what they do or say, this world is ending. It's just a matter of the movie reeling towards its end. It's already been destined for this to happen. The cost to living the dream, jealousy and hate. And like how we're highlighting this, the Blacks History Month, I want to highlight the jealousy and hate of why all of the ones them hate the blacks. So why? Who's jealous? Why all this hate? Just like the gods them, the hate and jealousy they have of yourself called the soul. You think those gods love you? They are jealous of you and they hate you. They hate yourself called the soul. This is why they enslave it and imprison it and treat the self called the soul horrible. It is etched in all the cultures. It's jealousy and hate. And to show you the sickness of the mind that goes beyond the color. Because when I see the I and I with the hate, and I said, where does all this hate come from? Why is this evil exist? When you asked this question, it took me to the root. I said, I want to get to the root. How did it begin? And that question took me to this mind, this consciousness. It's always telling you wrong things, making up stories. When it don't know the truth, it make up stories. It uses crazy imagination, imagining things that never happen. So even without skin, one in the same family, the brothers or the the uncles, because many lifetimes I was raised within what they call the family of hierarchy, right? In the family of royal family, right? So this as I am very aware of this, yeah, because when you come into a family, there's so much jealousy and hate. I want you to get to the root of your hate. The whites, all of the other colors in the world who hate on the blacks, because I have seen it. Why? Get to the root of your hate and your jealousy. Why? When I ask these questions, what is your mind telling you that is not true? What kind of delusional stories your mind is telling you to justify this hate that you have? Did someone imprint this on you and you just took it up with lies and stories? Why? I am asking, why? Why you hate? Because you don't know yourself. You're in ignorance. Because if you know the truth and know yourself, you would never have jealousy and hate towards any of yourselves. Wearing a disguise. Yourself is wearing a disguise and you do not recognize yourself. Because why? I is sleeping in trance inside of a dream. You have no self-awareness. You don't know yourself. This is why you're in ignorance. Why? Invaders, they go around, they take over, they destroy, and then they wipe out the dominant culture, leaving very trace of their existence. They have all of their things that they stole, store underneath their museums, underneath the earth. Many, many artifacts, all the truth about the blacks. Where do you have it stored? The ones that are not on display in your museums. Why are y'all still debating if the Egyptians were black or if they were white? Why are you debating about those things? Because you don't want to see things as they are. You hate on one set of people so much, you completely wipe out their history, reprogram their minds. And then you have the audacity to not want them to plead their case and say how you have hurt them. It's still going on because many times ones are racist towards I. But I know better. You understand? And I know exactly what to say to one. Yeah. So I'm saying right now is the time when to be done away with all of this. The focus should be on the I self, to wanting to know truth. Because the age of ignorance, of existing as this ego false self is over. Now is the beginning of moving into self-truth and shedding off this ego to move into your real self. What is the story being told? How jealousy arises from each mind? You have it, I want it. What will I do to get it from you? This is what the obsession is. You spend so much time hiding the truth, telling lies and spreading propaganda in the news and everywhere. Look at the state of the ruling group, who control the world, taking all for themselves, and other lives in unfair conditions. You see all the ones them living in so many unfair conditions. You set up their community to fail, that the ones, the I and I, will not have the wherewithal to seek their self-truth because they're too busy trying to find for their survival. Where can I sleep? How will I get food? How will I have clean water? So ones can't get the opportunity to delve deep within themselves because they are so busy for survival because of what you are doing, charging to live inside of a dream. The ego is crazy. You don't share. You are selfish. And I am saying these things because you're getting an opportunity right now to do the right thing. I know many of you are saying, oh, my ancestors did this. I am not my ancestors. Why am I being blamed for what my ancestors did? Because you're in ignorance again. You are the ancestor. You came, you did this, and now you have returned. What you gonna do to solve this problem? Take responsibility. So, for this so-called Black History Month, I want to address the issue of this jealousy and hatred towards the blacks. Just like the jealousy and hatred towards the I self by the gods them that you serve and worship and do all evil in their names. All this duality, ego, fake self. What you are doing to others is being done to you because let me tell you something. Lucifer don't love you. Satan don't love you. The devil don't love you. And all of you worship Lucifer, Satan, and the devil. Jesus don't love you. Krishna don't love you. All they want is your soul. Because they're doing exactly, this is why you are doing this. Because they are doing to you and you are doing it to others. This is exactly what they are doing to the INIs. Imprison the self and reigning with hierarchy over the self. This is why they have been doing this. That they are superior to the human beings when it was all a lie. Because they have been jealous. Why have the gods been jealous of the us wearing the body? Why? Because we have direct connection to the self, to the light, to the self that you call the soul. The soul is not something that you give away willy-nilly. It's yourself to be yourself. So you need to be merging with yourself, call the soul, and be your soul, and not give it away and put it in slavery. Such ignorance. The gods are jealous of you. They hate the ionites. They hate us. They use you just like what you are doing, spreading rumors. The God them spread rumors and lies that you hate yourself. You hate yourself. They make you not love yourself, fighting against each other. There is no unity anywhere, like I was saying, even in one family, there is no unity, even if there was never any black, white, brown, and in between. There would still be jealousy and hatred. Why? Why? Because this duality mind is sick and delusional. This is what I am trying to get you to the root of what the problem is. So you know are looking at the blacks, are looking at these other whoever is different from you that you are making a war with because you are saying that, oh, you are superior to them. But what is the root of your problem why you are delusional and thinking that? Why are you delusional? And why you spreading propaganda to all the other cultures? Everyone is following you because you are the leader. You are the dominant culture, you say. And everyone, you're the superpower. And everyone has to follow whatever you do. So I am telling you, the time is now to end all this ignorance. I am asking, do you see all as the I self? Do you know what time it is? There's a time for everything under this sun. Now the ones who are trying to black out the sun, like seriously, who are you that you're gonna black out the sun? Doesn't sound like you're a vampire. You belong in the darkness. Because what is the sun doing that is changing the world, changing the earth, changing all the beings on here? And it's digging them up from from the underground. So they can no longer stay under there in the darkness. They come out in the night and do their crazy shit. But no, the self is getting them. That's why those human beings that they possessed, and though many of them who are human beings are actually not really human beings, yeah, they have one of those crazy being that is animating the body. And so they're talking about blacking out suns. Like, seriously, pay attention. What is the cost to live in the dream? And I say, no more secrets, no more lies. Because all the lies that you have been telling, all the truth will be coming out. Bit by bit, the truth will be coming out. All the secrets will be unveiled. Because the I Self Supreme want no secrets. This is the unveiling when everyone have to be transparent. Do the I see all as the I Self? I am asking. From that which you came, you will return. So, you are in a body. Wherever you rise up from, that will be where you will return. Just like in the story of the sky and the earth, Shining One came to bring about change. Right? That was the story I did on Friday. The story of the sky and the earth. So if you didn't hear about the story of the sky and the earth, I ask you to watch that video. Because you will understand the story. But just like Shining One came to bring about change, so does Aset Mahat. This is our destiny to bring about the change. I must change from duality to non-duality. This duality nightmare must end. Know this truth. So, when I finish with this topic, I am seriously wanting for once to be focused and always wanting to get to the root of their problem. Why are the whites? Because they keep saying this. I keep seeing videos. I keep seeing they saying, oh, they thought the blacks had some guns. They had something. Oh, we was afraid for our lives. The blacks have nothing in their hand, no guns, no nothing. But yet still, the ones with the guns, the terrorists with the guns, the ones with the license to kill and shoot and kill, are saying that, oh, we were afraid. Why are you always saying that you are afraid? This is the excuse that you tell to justify, because you're the ones with the gun. Everyone is terrified of you. The blacks are terrified of you. But yet still, you don't see them retaliating, they're shooting back at you when you're shooting with them. You know, it's like say the blacks, in Jamaica. This is how I was cultivated there. Say they're having a shootout with the police. They're shooting back at the police. You know what I'm saying? It's literally a war. Police and men with guns. What are the blacks? What are the blacks doing here? I want to know. They just have to be black because you have been programmed into such hate, and then you use an excuse to justify when you can shoot and kill the blacks like nothing. Because as you say, they are inferior and they have no soul, but you are so wrong. Why does so many cultures hate the blacks? Because you have spread propagandas and lies, and everyone wants to be in your friend because you are the bully. You bully everyone. Just like the gods them. They are supreme bullies. They don't get what they want. They come and they terrorize one. God, they come and they terrorize me all the time. If anyone seeking truth, want no truth, here comes them with their license to kill and license to take whatever you have and do whatever they want. Like somebody say something, draw something that they know is the truth, speak the truth, they're coming already to come in your house, want to take your computer, take your this and all these things that they are doing. But let me tell you something. I am exempt from all your rules and whatever you govern this world with. I am above all of those things. Yeah. I don't fall in your category. Do you know who I am? I am primal light. I know who I am. I am my sovereignty, so I don't govern under your rules. The I Self Supreme and all the warriors of light, they are here to defend the self and to defend the truth. So this is why you have done this with your weapons of mass destruction. Whenever ones come and speak the truth, and many ones that wearing different bodies who know the truth came and speak the truth, and what you have done, you have come and all of a sudden they disappear. What happened to them? I will not disappear. So I stood up to all of the gods them, and I'm standing up to you. Because what you have been doing is wrong. And just like I tell the gods them what they have been doing is wrong, I am telling you what you have been doing is wrong. And it's now to make right, to do the right thing. Just like, oh, you all hate the blacks. The same thing. You all hate yourself. Why do you hate? Why do you hate the self? You don't know that it's yourself? Why do you hate yourself? Because yourself is this guise in this body. You see the ignorance, the irony in this? No more secrets, no more lies. So, someone had asked, why a Black History Month? Why is there a Black History Month? There shouldn't have to be one. Because the blacks have been denied a fair chance of existence inside of this dream illusionary world. The blacks have had their cultural identity stolen and decimated by the whites. So the whites feel they have acknowledged the blacks by affording them a month to share bogus stories of the blacks in their schools with limit to what can be taught. This is what the Black History Month is for, so that they can share in the school some stories about the blacks. The same stories Martin Luther King. This is all the story that you give to the blacks that they can share. The blacks have been enslaved under tyranny and oppressive systems and laws. And I am here to dissolve this dream illusionary existence, to liberate all the I and I self from slavery. Because what? I have liberated myself. All souls are free and all selves are free. Liberation from this dream existence. No more sleeping, no more dreaming. The dream ends now. Victory, 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 victory. I am asking, who are the forefathers? Who are the ancestors? You have been coming and going out of different bodies. You come in a white body, you come in a brown body, you come in a black body. It is all the ones wearing the bodies. No, they were here. They were the forefathers doing all of this evil. And now the I and I have returned into different bodies. It is time that the I and I take responsibility for that which the I has created. It's time to dissolve it. Stop pointing fingers right now. You see, I take responsibility for everything because I know it is I self. This is why I am doing what I am doing right now. Because why? Take responsibility. Because I know that the I and I is the I self. In ignorance, you don't know I as yourself. You become an enemy to I. You have made the I into an enemy. Why? I have a problem with ignorance and false self-identification. This is why I am here as I set my heart to restore balance unto I self. So there will be no more ignorance, no more mistake of the I misidentifying the I self as a body and as a crazy delusional mind, and then the other self that is being disguised in a body that I don't know the I self. And so I am asking, do the I see all as the I self? This is the question that I am posing. Does the white see all as themselves? Does the blacks see all as themselves? Does the browns see all as themselves? Because this is how I hear y'all talking all the time. The whites, the browns, and the blacks. This is all one self. Why can't you all see that? Because your mind is segmenting these crazy things inside of this dream, all this ego false self, and you can't see all as the I self. The I is delusional. The mind is delusional. This is why you have to get rid of this mind. The mind is the problem. Get rid of the mind, get rid of the ego false self, and you will see the difference and you will know truth. Because the cost to live in this dream with all this delusional, very sick mind is astronomical. This is too much. And so how can the I help the I self in ignorance and false perception? The I is in ignorance of the I self. The I is in false perception. That the I cannot see the I as the I self. You know, while I was traveling through Mexico, and one of the INIs there invited me to to do a sound healing with them. They wanted to make some videos so that they could promote sound healing, in addition to some of the stuff that they were offering to, you know, to their tours, on their tour. Uh, um, and so while we went inside of a cave, they had a restaurant inside of it. It was a really nice cave, big enough. So when I started playing the bowl, I did the session, which happens all the time when I go out. I would just find a park, sit in the park, and just start playing, and ones would just start coming and gathering around. I close the eyes, and when I open these eyes, I just see ones just gather around I. And so ones from the restaurant start hearing the sound, they start coming, and they're like, whoa, that just so pulled me in. And so one of the guy that a part of the man his team said that because he's asking me some questions, and I'm explaining about what I do, and he's telling the man that he should let the white lady do this because for the promotion and all of these things. So I says, there's no one can speak for the I. So don't think that she can speak for I. So no matter where you go and what you do, this is always the thing. Ones are always going to choose. I am the one who has been called to do this, the thing. But yet still, they wanted to choose a white to talk for I. So when I'm saying that it is ingrained in every culture all over the world, this inferiority of the blacks. I am not considering myself this body, but I am the blackness. I embody the blackness. Yeah. So I had to let those ones know, and then the lady, the white lady, she was trying to explain to me what he meant by what he said. I said I know exactly what he meant, but I am telling you exactly what I am telling you. I know who I am, and there's no one. I'm telling you this. There's no one in this world, not even one person, that can take my place, because everyone have a different role. How are you going to take my place? You didn't get my destiny. There's a script wrote out for you. There's a script wrote out for you. You cannot come and speak for I. How are you going to speak for I? Am I speaking for myself? So when I am saying this prejudice and this hatred for the blacks, yes, it happens. But I just go and I make my presence known wherever I go, because my energy is powerful. Yeah. So this is the way of how they have been programming the minds of ones. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's time for ones to leave this ignorance and be done with it and move into self-unification. Who am I is the question I want to ask, because obviously you don't know who you are. And this is why I'm using this Black History Month to educate the I. Yeah, because all the I and I arise from the black. Know this. You have no existence without the blackness. And I'm not talking about dark, because they're always confusing black and blackness with dark and darkness. Darkness is the void of light. Know this. Blackness is the real and is the light and is the self. How can the I help the I self in ignorance and false perception? Who am I is the question that I want to engage in, because you don't know. You're in ignorance of yourself, because the ignorant stuff that comes out of your mouth is ridiculous. In this time and age, you have this ignorance Like, come on already. You're an infant. How do I identify? You need to be inquiring within the I self. Don't call on God. Don't call on the devil. Don't call on Krishna. Don't call on Jesus and Allah. Don't call on Lucifer, Satan, demons, devils that you all are calling up because Aliyah want power. Who's gonna be the more powerful? Everybody is hunting down for power. So you're calling demons to come and possess you. Even on television, I see they doing this. Summoning demons. I'm like, what? The whole entire world is now summoning up demons and sending them to harm others. No more. This evil ends now. All you delusional, very sick minds. And the I saying to yield to the message that I sent my heart is delivering. All the dream characters, you mark success as how much wealth, money, and material stuff you have. Let's see what you're gonna do with all these dream world things when this world is destroyed. What are you gonna do with all your dream things and your how many cars and your how many acres and your this and your that and your what are you gonna do with all your gold that you're saving and all your money that you're saving? Now is the time to share with everyone. Believe me, this world, this crazy world will be destroyed. There's no if, ands, or but. It is just when, because the movie has to reel to the end. You see a movie on a screen, right? You see the stuff happening, moving towards the end on the movie, right? The same thing with this dream. It's a movie screen, and we are just moving towards the end. It's already predestined. You have all the knowledge of the dream world, but you have no self-knowledge. Who are you? You're busy now trying to take the atom. You're building robots and artificial intelligence using the atom, using the protons. You're trying to crack the neutron open so you can enslave yourself, creating bombs and all of these things. This is what you're doing to yourself. Do you know that that is yourself? That is yourself fragmented. One little spark of that is what is animating you. And now look at what you are doing to yourself. Because of your ignorance, you want to destroy yourself. But this crazy world will be destroyed because of the I self and all the warriors of light. And you cannot win. Your tools that you have created is nothing against yourself. Yourself is here. I self, all the warriors of light, and stand by. Everything is reeling towards the destruction of this dream. This dream must end. And all you ego fake selves, you cannot stop this. No matter what you do, you cannot stop this. Heed to this message that Aset Mahat is delivering. What are you fighting for, delusional mind? Really? What are you fighting for? No more self-slavery. You have been holding us inside of this dream for many eons. This movie must reel to the end and be over with. You will no longer enslave I inside of a dream. Your age of ruling is over. Know this truth. Yeah. Your age is over. No longer will you rule in this duality existence, because it will be destroyed. So, what you're gonna do? You are all obsessed with leaving the earth and going into space. You are obsessed of building riches and material things and generational wealth. You're talking about going to fifth dimension and different realm. Why did you not solve this existential problem that plagues humanity? Do you know who you are? All you do is instigate hatred and genocides on the I and on the blacks, hatred and enslavement of the souls, hatred and enslavement of the spirits. You trap them in your devices and you send them out to others to do evil. You're getting an opportunity right now to change your ways and to do right and do balance. Who am I is the question. How did I come into being? What is the source of my existence that is allowing me this world experience? But I need to be asking these questions. I have been there and I've already done that. What now? Why do you want to continue in the same loop? You have been coming into a body, leaving out, coming back into a body, all of this cycle of reincarnation, and you never once figure out the truth. Why do you want to continue in this same loop? Take this opportunity right now to finally learn self-truth, to finally learn that there's only one self, to finally learn to liberate the I self from bondage to this ego, to this dream existence. How do I dissolve this matrix? How do I dissolve this nightmare? How do I wake up from this nightmare? This horrible, horrendous happenings. Now is to end the dream. Now is to end this dream. What is at the root of evil? Know that the I know, what will I do? I have been saying this. Now you must know what is at the root of evil. Now I want to ask you, for the injustice that have been done to the self, called the souls, to the spirits that have been trapped and enslaved in here and you're on doing evil, for all, to the injustice to the blacks, should there be justice? I'm asking you. And what should the justice be? I want to know why all the hatred from the whites to the blacks. And do you, the whites say they think that the blacks will come and want to enslave them if they rise in power, so they do not want the blacks to rise. But I want you to remember this, that all is the I and I self, and this dream is ending. So no aspect of the self will be ruling over its other aspect of itself. All is unified as one. Remember, all is the I self. What kind of punishment do you think the I self supreme will display? You think the I self supreme is like the gods them that love to dish out punishment? No. I Self Supreme is not dishing out any punishment on itself, because only the gods them put the self in suffering. All you have to do is take off this ego false self, this ego false self cloak and mask that you are wearing. Because all the ego, they will be dissolved to be no more. Only the gods them want to dish out punishment. The I Self Supreme knows that all is the I Self sleeping and being entranced in the Supreme Ego, and is not in itself, but is only in an avatar created by the mind inside of its dream. I want to encourage the I to resist temptations, because the gods them will come to tempt you. The ones them in the dream will come to tempt you. This is why they make the life so difficult for one to have a shelter, for food, for water. They make everything so difficult so that they can have you enslavement inside of the dream. Because then you'll be seeking, it's just seeking the dream thing just to satisfy the hunger, the need for food, the need for to quench your thirst. And then everyone is chasing desires, because you are listening to so many schools of thoughts. So I want to encourage I to resist temptation when they come to offer you things. Refuse it. Resist desires for the pleasure of this dream illusionary world. Know that your God is your devil in disguise. Because the gods, they come to tempt you by offering you riches, pleasure, and money. And they put obstacles in your way just so that you can call on them, and then they can move it out of your way so you can say, God is good, God is real, and God give me this. Know that God put you in suffering to come and be your savior. Can I resist temptation and maintain a pure body and mind? I encourage you to resist temptation. If you all are following the story of Heru, which is stolen and under the fictitious name Jesus. Yeah, when Heru sat and the gods, Satan, the devil, Lucifer, they all come to test you, to see if you are going to seek the stuff of the world, or if you're gonna continue to seek truth and denounce all attachment to the world. You have to go through this test and pass it. It also happened to the I, so I know this. So right now I'm calling for liberation from all slavery and oppression. This duality illusionary world is coming to an end. You are a character in this movie called life. You are taking this imagination play for the real. You have forgotten yourself playing this dream character. It is time to return to being the I real self again. Wake up, all the I and I sleeping selves. This movie is ending. The I must return to being the I real true self. All of the deities, all the gods, they all enslave the I self called the soul. Freedom from tyrannical rulership from all deities, all gods, and all human beings. Liberation from this dream. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I return to my ultimate true state, liberation from this dream. I want to ask you, what will your final days be like, ego fall, fake self? I am asking the I, what will the I final days be like? Will you continue in ignorance and whiteness? Know that from that which you came, you will return. There's no exception. Why do you think that you returning to that which you came is a bad thing? Because your mind is delusional and it has made you hate yourself, that you think that staying as a dream character playing in a movie, just like an actor, one actor go to play a movie and has been playing the character and don't want to get out of the character. What makes you think that returning to your from whence you came is a bad thing? Your delusional mind have made you hate yourself, all caught in your whiteness. But all have to return back to the blackness. Did you know that? Yes. Know this truth. Whiteness does not exist in the real. I'm going to say that one more time. Whiteness does not exist in the real. Whiteness, just like all the ego false selves, only exists in the dream, just like this mind, this consciousness that have been deceiving you. You have been following it, and you have been spreading the propaganda of this mind, this consciousness to all the world, that everyone is following you. The I is giving you the opportunity to know truth and come to true knowledge of self. Will you seize this opportunity to learn truth, delusional minds? Will you seek this opportunity, take responsibility, and do the right thing? Or will you continue in your ignorance and your whiteness? Because all must come to this truth. And let me tell you one more thing. All the gods, to get to the self, they all of them, every last one of them, up to the devil, the demons, the monsters, they all have to come through I. Just like everyone, all your ones that passed on, they all come and sit around I, so that they can listen and hear me speak truth, because no one has ever been able to speak the truth that I am speaking right now. They come, they sit, and they listen. Everyone must come to I. This is not the ego speaking. This is the I self speaking. You don't know truth. You're in ignorance. And your mind is delusional. At very early, I recognized that this mind that I was wearing was crazy and delusional. And I wanted to know why. You're not curious why your mind is telling you wrong things. You're not curious of why your mind is like that. You just accept it and go along with the craziness it tells you. The mind tells me crazy things, and I'm like, what? There's something wrong with my mind. I remember this distinctly. I was literally crying. I said, there's something wrong with my mind. I call up a friend and I'm crying. I said, no, there's something wrong with my mind. He said, what's wrong with your mind? I said, I don't know. This mind is crazy. But I did not know the mind was not myself. I did not know this. I had to go through this process to see the mind as an intrusive thought, intrusive thing, imposing itself on the I. And I said, what? I am not this mind. I am not. What? Just saying those words alone was so empowering for I am not this body. I am not this mind. I'm telling you, you chant that every day, every moment of the day for the next month. That is your meditation. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not this body. Every time a thought come to you, you just keep saying that. You're driving your car. I am not this body. I am not this mind. Everything that you're doing, because you're in such ignorance. I am asking, are you going to continue in your ignorance and your whiteness? Or are you going to seek truth and see things as they are? Have you ever seen yourself that animates this body? You look in the mirror. Have you ever seen yourself? I am asking. Have you ever, truthfully tell me, have you ever seen yourself? You have never seen yourself. Yourself has been invisible to you. Did you know yourself is black? Did you know yourself that animates this body is black? If one tell me that their self is white, it will be only the ego. Because like I said, the ego arises in the dream. Anything arises in the dream, it has no light. It has no bearance in truth. It is just a clone. So if your real self that you claim your real self is white, then you are not real. You are one of the ego, one of the fake selves that arise in the dream and will be dissolved in this dream. You cannot exit the dream. The I self supreme is going to come and get all of its real selves. Not one self will be lost. And all of those evil fake selves that have been putting us under slavery, disguising themselves, they will be dissolved by the I Self Supreme, because many of them are one. You have some demons, some gods, or something that is animating that body. Many of them who are not the real selves, and so they disguise themselves among us. And of course, they're in every color body. They're in black bodies, they're in white bodies, they're in brown bodies. So I don't know what you're fighting for, but I'm going to tell you the real, because you claim that you are white. But I'm going to tell you that if you are white, you are ego fake self. Because I'm not talking about your skin, if you are claiming that yourself is white, because you have never seen yourself that animates this body. It's invisible to you. But I know that all the selves are black, because they are energy, black energy, invisible to the eye. Have you ever seen yourself? I am asking. Stop your ignorance. Know this truth, that only the blackness exists. You seen the existence? Only the blackness exists. Will you continue to hate the truth, Supreme Ego? Or will you inquire within yourself so you can know truth and rid yourself from this ignorance, the worst thing? All you ego fake selves that have enslaved the I and I inside this dream, your age of ruling is over. Yeah, remember this. Your age of ruling is over. No more dualities. Ego can no longer rule. This is coming to an end. Like I said, the movie is reeling towards its end. So we are just in the movie reel. We're getting towards the end. Don't worry. Let's get a few things correct. Yes, the existence is black. Yes, the I self is black. The energy the self. Yes, all of the gods are also black. Yes, all the gods, the fake self that rise in the dream, they are white. And they might have different colors too. But only the real selves that are sleeping, that become the gods, are the black ones, and the ones them that rise in the dream, that are the clones, they are white because they are devoid of light. So every self arises from somewhere. So all the ionized, the clones, they will return back to the self that they rose from. Every self arises from somewhere, and everything will return back onto that which it rose from. This is what is happening. When all has been dissolved, when everything in this existence have been dissolved, know this truth, there will only be the blackness. So why are you fighting against yourself? Why? Because you're in ignorance and you've been programmed to hate yourself. Because the ones them that are programming you, they don't want you to know truth. This is ordained by the I self. And I want you to understand this, that I am not a content creator. I am here to speak truth. The truth you have denied the I because of the I ignorance. God, all you dualities, I don't need your permission to speak truth. Lucifer, Satan, the devil, the archangels, the angels, Krishna, Allah, Jesus, whatever your name is, whatever you call yourself, I do not need any of your permission. The whites, I do not need your permission either. The blacks and the browns, I do not need your permission to speak truth, because one will only join you when they like this or they don't like this. Say I'm talking about this one like it, that one don't like it. They're picking and choosing what they like or what they don't like. I do not need your permission to speak. All you ego fake selves, I do not need your permission. This ego must be dissolved. Period. This dream, illusionary existence, must be dissolved. I want you to know that you have been claiming that you are so knowledgeable. You, the blacks are inferior. You are so superior. I want you and all your knowledge that you have of the world. Know that knowledge of this dream is useless knowledge right now. You have made very simple things complicated just so you can teach a class on it. Simple things you have complicated. This dream world is being dissolved and will be destroyed after the appearance of Aten-Ra come to collect all of her baby selves that you call the soul. Only the soul self will be left. Everyone and will be dissolved. She call it What do you think? You're gonna go into this body? No, when she's coming to collect, she's collecting herself, which is this what we call the soul. You're not going anywhere in this body. No one is going anywhere in this body. This is a dream creation. Let go of this dream. Do you know what the self is have planned and prepared for you? Just like the story of the sky and the earth. The sky and the sky and the earth did not see what shine, the vision that shining one saw. When shining one is saying, Father Sky, you must go up higher so that Mother Earth can bloom, or she can have flowers, the water can be clear, there can be life. You only know this ego, false perception. This is all that you have known. And now is when the change is about to happen. When you will know your real self. Do you know what the self has prepared for you? You don't know. You want to stay stuck inside of this dream, holding on to your hate and your white supremacy and your ideologies and your scriptures and your doctrines. I'm talking to all the I and I self, whatever skin you're wearing. You're all doing this. Let's get to the root of the problem. Let's get beyond this skin tone business now. Everyone should be unifying as one. What's this foolishness and this ignorance in this time and age? You're still with this ignorance? Like, seriously? All slavery and tyranny ends now. All souls are free. All cells are free. Know that all will be dissolved. It is time to take self-responsibility. Know that all is the I and I self. You came, you did evil, you did wrong to yourself. Now you need to make it right. I am bearing all the burden for everyone into this existence. Who will help to bear some of the burdens? By taking responsibility of your own self. Take that burden off of I. By taking off this ego false self so you can see your real self. You can look in the mirror and you can see your real self. You can look out and see yourself. While you are still in the spirit and the soul. Yeah, because the soul will reveal itself to you and you can see your soul self. It's an electrical energy. Take self-responsibility. You did, you came, you did it, you have come back. No, take responsibility and make right. This is what I am doing. Who do you think? You think every time there's new self rising up? No, the same self that came into existence are the same self that have been recycling and coming into this life and reincarnating, coming in this cycle. It's the same self that have been doing that. Any other self that you see more than what the self, the primary selves, they are just the clones. They rise inside of the dream. So the self is not making more self. They're all the same selves coming and going and coming and going. I want you to know that your spells and your talisman, your gods, will no longer protect you. You must be your soul self right now. This is where your power lies, in yourself called soul. Stop doing evil. All evil doing must stop. Time to dissolve your ego self, says the I, self supreme, one true self. You don't exist in this existence by yourself. You're just a fragment, tiny particle. Who do you think you are? Just a tiny particle. And all your other self is right here waiting for you to come awake. Do you know who you are? Every aspect of the self is important. Every aspect of a role to play. Know that everything that I have created, I demolish. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve and destroy all dream creations. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I return to the I ultimate true state. I alone exist. I exist alone. Know that from that which you came, you will return. From that which I came, I will return. The I see all as the I self. This is the question. All is I is all. I am one. All is myself. I want you to say this with me. All is myself. All is myself. Please say this till it is ingrained within the I. All is myself. Why am I fighting with myself? You should only be, you don't want to fight with this ego, but the only enemy you have is the ego, the mind. It is what is creating all the problems. Stay vigilant against this mind so you don't fall into the trap of ignorance, that you don't see yourself as one self. We have been into this ignorance and false perception for such a long time. Why can't we come to self-unification? Why are we still fighting with each other? Because those ego false selves who are ruling the world, they never wanted peace. Ego does not want peace. It wants slaves. It wants to be controlling one, spreading propaganda and lies. When the I can come into self-realization and see the atrocities that the I in human beings have created on this earth and take responsibility for it, then we will be unified as one, because we will not be pointing fingers, but we will be taking responsibility. Until then, the I mission is to dissolve ignorance and this ego. The self, the I self supreme has made me like this, because I used to be very calm, very gentle, but had this fierceness because of asset. You know, the soul self was very fierce. And so when I dissolved that ego false self and became asset, my real self, I took on the role of asset. So because asset have to be a warrior, fierce, to stand up to all the dualities, to stand up to the gods. Yeah. And so when Mahat was merged in, no, that is myself that was also exploring, has been merged onto I, and now I have to embody Aset and Mahat together, being in a balance, because being working with the gods them for such a long time, it has put me on edge. So, I became very defensive around me, because I never know when one is going to attack me, because the gods will come and just take over their minds. and make them turn them against me. I've seen it happen so many times. And so I always had to make sure that I am still in a space and I don't engage with ones, um, because, you know, because of the delusion of the mind. And so now the self is moving me more so that I can move back into balance, so that I can become again, um still fierce, but more for balancing myself, because of how the gods them have been just attacking me so badly. And it just puts you in a fierce mode, you know and so um now I am just moving more into aligning with my heart, for because now the self is moving the eye towards balance of self unification. So I want to say, hail to the I, the one true self, the one true light, the unmanifest, non-being, stillness, unified, singular, pure, ultimate self. I bow to the I self in light, in self, and in truth. And so I want to make this announcement that this duality must end. The I self want all to know this. I cannot I cannot sugarcoat it. This has always been my best quality, to just speak the truth and to not go around the bushes about it. And so this world is ending. This duality, mine, the ego, is playing all the characters in this dream existence. So everyone that you meet and see, they are an ego false self. They're in this personality that is not real. All of this must go. Everyone is on the ego side. We have been programmed into the ego story because they have drilled it into us, existing as young minds and human beings. And now the age of ignorance and existing as the mind avatar, this ego false self, is over. Even right now, you don't even have any idea what the dualities are doing to me right now. Every time I speak, and I am speaking, it's a battle. It's a battle always. So just know that this is never easy for me. Every day, no day has passed since this has been going on. Now is the age of truth and knowing the I self. It is time to debunk the propagandas and lies told by the duality mind. I tell you that you are in slavery. I tell you it is a war to enslave the I self inside a dream. I've been telling you there's been a war going on. The ego fighting against the I self, the real. But you are busy chasing dream things and desires, chasing lovers and illusion. Did you not hear that there's a spiritual war going on? A war for the I to remain under tyrannical rulership by some evil mind, delusional consciousness, supreme ego, fake self. Did you not hear me? No, it's for the I liberation, for the I self to be liberated from soul slavery. Do you want to stay imprisoned inside of a dream forever? What stand will the I take? Do you want to have conscious and self-awareness of what is happening? Or you want to just be having this delusional mind telling you things, spreading propagandas and lies, and you blindly follow? The time has come to file a case against the ego fake selves for all the atrocities, the soul slavery, for all of the genocide. And I, Aset Mahat, I am here to file a case against all duality, ego, false self. I file a case. I file my case with the I Self Supreme, non-being, unmanifest, stillness, singular, pure, true self. I file my case with all the I and I, self in alignment to restore balance to the I. I seek refuge from this ego, this duality consciousness, from all of these dream characters, whether they're in a body or they're disembodied. I'm filing a case against all duality, ego, false self. The I self, the real self, versus the duality, ego, false self. I file a case against these dream characters. I demand my liberation from soul slavery, from rape, torture, and tyranny, rulership by all gods. Whatever name they call themselves. Whether they be a god, a devil, a demon, a monster, Lucifer, Allah, Jesus, Krishna, whatever name they call themselves. I demand my liberation from the tyrannical rulership, from all human beings, humankind, and all ego fake self. I demand my liberation from spirit slavery. I dissolve all gods, all duality, ego fake selves, all shaman, all witches and wizards, aiding the gods in soul slavery and spirit slavery. I demand the end to all sex cult and sodomy. I demand the end to blood sacrifice and human sacrifice. I demand the end to the war against the I self. All human rape and torture end now. I demand my liberation from the ignorance of the gods. I demand my liberation from the ignorance of the human beings, all these ego false self, mental sickness of the gods and the ancestors, angels, devils, Satan, human beings, humankind, whatever name they call themselves. I command that all self-ignorance ends now, and that I come into true self-realization. All tyrannical rulership ends, genocide against humanity ends, false imprisonment ends now. all so-called scientists waging war against the I self, they and their devices must be dissolved now. I awake from this horrible, 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 horrendous nightmare. I destroy all this duality. Everything that I have created, this dream, this set, I demolish it. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve this dream. I dissolve and destroy all dream creations. Everything that I have created, I demolish. Everything that I have created, I demolish. I return to my ultimate true state. I return to my ultimate true state. I alone exist. I alone exist. I exist alone. From that which I arise, I will return. I will gladly return unto the I and I self. I no longer want to create a duality existence. I am tired of being enslaved inside of a dream, being ruled tyrannically by ego false selves, having hatred against the I. I have no idea the suffering that the I have to go through to restore balance to I and I self. I command that this evil dream world be destroyed. I no longer want a duality world. I alone exist. I exist alone. I command that all the I, ego, false selves be dissolved. I seek refuge for all the I self, soul in slavery. I seek refuge for all the I seeking truth, whose heart is as light as a feather of Aset Ma'at. I seek to awake from this horrible, horrible, horrendous nightmare. I seek for the I, evil, duality dream characters to be dissolved and bring an end to this horrible nightmare. I command that the I and I wake up now. I command that this consciousness awake from sleeping to end this dream now. I command that this consciousness awake from sleep to end this dream now. I have suffered long enough. I am longing to be liberated and free. I take responsibility for all I have created. Everything that I have created, I demolish it. Everything that I have created, I demolish it. I demolish all my creations. I am free from my imaginary bondage. I return to my ultimate true state. From that which I rise, to that I return gladly. Victory, victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. I am the black matter. I know scientists want to call it dark matter because they don't want to look at it and see it for what it is. It is black. I am the black matter. I am the black energy. I am the black neutron. All is I. I am all. I am the black hole. I am this existence. I am all. From where did you arise? Where did you arise? I am asking. I am blackness. I am stillness. I am that I am. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I am the blackness. So you better hone into your blackness. Stop allowing this ego dream character to tell you that you are white. Only the blackness exists. I am the blackness. I return to I ultimate true state. I am the blackness. I return to I ultimate true state. I return to the I ultimate true state. I am the unmanifest. I am the non-being, stillness, nothingness, unmanifest. I am the singular, one true, pure self. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. I return to my ultimate true state, to the state where I have no name, no existence, no properties, nothing to identify as. Why you want to be stuck inside of a body? Do you know if you can create this crazy, beautiful world, what do you think you can create when you have awareness? Don't let this ego get you stuck. Liberate yourself from this ego and create something beautiful as one unified self. I am the blackness. I am the blackness. I return to my ultimate true state. I return to my ultimate true state. I alone exist. I want to thank you for joining I. Remember that this world is a dream and it's time to dissolve the dream. I know this ego wants you to stay holding on to this dream when there is something better for the I. Do you know the thing that is better? There is no sickness, there is no suffering, there is no evil, there is no mistaken identity. There is purity of self. Why do you want to stay in ignorance and stay in evil creation? You have learned everything that you need to learn about this duality. It is time to dissolve it now. Create balance. Castrate your ego and take off your ego disguise. It's time to remove your mask. I am primal light, prepared for the world. In this shattered, fragmented self, as Aset Mahat, I am the daughter and the baby self of the I primal light, Aten Ra. May all beings know thyself. I want to thank you again for joining I. I bow to I in self, in light, and in truth. Hail, hail, all the I and I selves. I want to thank you so much. Salutation to the neutral self, primal light. Hail, hail. Salutation to our parent self, primal light. Hail, hail. Salutation to ourself supreme, primal light. Salutation to the sun. Hail, light in the world for all to see. Holding the balance in duality. Primal light, pure consciousness be. Hail, hail to the self supreme, the neutral self, primal light, one and only unicorn, warrior for the cause, allowing the world just because all is one in myriads of forms. Hail, 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 hail. Salutation to the self supreme. Hail, hail to the neutral self, primal light. Hail, hail to the world's heart, holding the balance scale. On the battlefield in a dual fate, fighting for the lost souls to be free. Oh, primal light, mother supreme. Oh, primal light, mother supreme. Win the victory. Victory. Win the victory. Victory. Win the victory. All souls are free. All cells are free. Victory. 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 The world is balanced. The world is harmony. Victory. Victory. Hey, hey, hey. Salutation to myself supreme, neutral self, primal light. Hail to myself supreme, supreme sun, Aten Ra, the atom. Hail, hail to the supreme sun. If you close your eyes, the world goes into dark. Open your eyes, awake from the sleep. Awake to stop the dream. Recreate the world, give it a new start. Non-dual world, non-dual beings, non-dual pure consciousness. Oh, Carmelite, Mother Supreme. Oh, Carmelite, Mother Supreme, win the victory. Victory! Recreate the world, give it a new start. Non-dual world, non-dual beings, non-dual pure consciousness. Victory! Oh, Carmelite, Mother, win the victory. Oh, Carmelite, Mother Supreme, win the victory, win the victory. Victory! The world is balanced, the world is harmony. Victory. I self is balance, I self is harmony. Victory. Win the victory. 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 Self-unity. All cells are free. Victory. All is I, and it's only I. Victory. Victory. Hey, hey. Hail to the I, self-supreme, not be one true self, unmanifest stillness. Hail. All is I, and I alone exist. All is I exist alone. Victory, victory. Victory, victory, victory. See ya. Bye-bye. Thank you.